Ethereum, the big picture. So what is Ethereum? Ethereum was founded by Vitalik Buterin and launched in 2015 with a dream of building the world computer.
Ethereum is a platform that is specifically designed for people to build these kinds of decentralized applications, or DApps for short. The Ethereum client, which we are calling the Ether browser, will include a built-in peer-to-peer network for sending messages, and a generalized blockchain with a built-in programming language, allowing people to use the blockchain for any kind of decentralized application that they want to create.
Think of Ethereum as an operating system like iOS, Android, or Windows that enables developers to build applications, except that these applications are decentralized and called DApps. With these DApps, users can control digital assets. Why are DApps important? DApps remove all control and power from the big corporations such as Google, Facebook, Apple, meaning that everyone can now entirely own assets that are valuable to you, whether it be your identity, personal data, financial assets, all the way to simple assets like character or object in a video game. No matter what it is, we, the community, own it.
Why do we love smartphones so much? Basically because a smartphone is nice and generic. You buy it once, and download immediately comes with 50 or 100 applications. If someone comes up with a new application, they write the code, they upload it to the Google App Play Store, and if you want it to be accessible in China, you can upload it to the Huawei store as well. Then, if anyone wants to use your application, they don't need to buy a new phone, they don't need to buy a new hardware dongle. You just download the app and they can start immediately running it. Very simple. And the cost of actually developing an application, all you have to do is write code. You don't have to make your own hardware, you don't have to have your own manufacturing, you don't have to have your own distribution. Just write a piece of code, upload it, and let people download it, and you're done. So this is the kind of abstraction and simplicity that I wanted to bring to the blockchain world with Ethereum.
Ethereum leads in DApps, and the most popular come from the DeFi or decentralized finance movement, with stablecoins, lending, decentralized exchanges, synthetic assets, security tokens, passive income, but also other aspects such as data ownerships, game, with NFTs, and many more.
Vitalik's initial narrative is still very valid. We create lots of digital assets, whether they're cryptocurrency-like or equities or bonds or utility tokens or identity. Certainly the world computer narrative is an interesting one. I think the world computer is going to be something called the World Wide Web, and it'll get increasingly decentralized as we incorporate more of these protocols. So we've got a new base trust foundation and a new financial infrastructure for the planet that we can all participate in and that we can all carry around in our pocket effectively, that we can all program. And on top of that, the world companies and governments can re-architect their systems on a better set of foundations.
In the words of Vitalik, you basically need to have some system that keeps track of how much money you have at any given time, how much money you have to write to spend. Why is Ethereum so important? Up until 2020, Ethereum had over 1,500 full-time developers and more than any other blockchain, including Bitcoin. Rough estimates suggest that there are between 250,000 to 350,000 contributors and people building on the Ethereum protocol with significant growth, thanks to the DeFi movement. In addition to Bitcoin, which is the crossroad of electronic cash and digital gold, this idea of creating an entire token economy makes a lot of sense in the digital world today, whereby any asset can be backed by a digital token, and the ownership of those tokens are kept in the world's most secure ledger, the blockchain. Ethereum had the first mover's advantage and highest levels of adoption for smart contracts, DApps, and the DeFi movement, and became the leading blockchain protocol in the world. One where money and payments are built in, users can own their data in a borderless and trusted way, no apps can spy nor steal from you, and everyone has access to an open financial system controlled by no company, no person. Essentially, on Ethereum, you can write code that controls digital value, runs exactly as programmed, and is accessible anywhere in the world. Think about all the intermediary services that exist across hundreds of different industries. In fact, in our everyday lives, we carry out many different types of transactions, such as simple banking transactions, medical expenses from our insurance company, or buying a house. These transactions are more complicated than a simple cash transaction and require one or even several expensive and slow third parties. The problem today is that third parties add significant costs and time to the overall transaction, and in some cases are not always trustworthy. Ethereum's goal is to simplify, secure, and improve all these transactions by implementing them on the blockchain. Ethereum's most important properties therefore include having a digital identity and track record, authenticity of real products such as NFTs or non-fungible tokens, a reliable voting system, and a trusted technology. Did you know that the biggest share of active DApp users on the Ethereum platform are actually gamers? They represent over 40% of the whole community. You might even know some of the most popular games that run on Ethereum, such as My Crypto Heroes, Crypto Kitties, and Gods Unchained, which have already created a massive community of active gamers.
From the beginning, Ethereum was just for ICOs, and people thought, hey, what is this? Is it only for ICOs? That's it? Ethereum didn't show itself until DeFi. So that's why I think the growth of DeFi is maybe the second biggest event after Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the first, creation of Bitcoin, and then growth of DeFi is the second big event.
Having said that, the best words to describe Ethereum are decentralized, trustworthy, and programmable.
The Ethereum 1.0 chain, that is a perfect blockchain for that, because you do not need scalability for that. What you need is certainty, right, and resilience. And that's what Ethereum really brings to the table more than any other smart contracts platform. And so from the Ethereum core, we then see a future where we will be branching out to all these different chains.
What can Ethereum be used for? Ethereum can be used to build decentralized autonomous organizations, also called DAO. A DAO is a fully autonomous, decentralized organization with no single leader. DAOs are run by programming code on a collection of smart contracts written on Ethereum. The code is designed to replace the rules and structure of a traditional organization, eliminating the need for people and centralized control. A DAO is owned by everyone who purchases tokens, but instead of each token equating to equity, shares, and ownership, tokens act as contributions that give people voting rights. Are Bitcoin and Ethereum similar? Although commonly associated with Bitcoin, blockchain technology has many other applications that go way beyond digital currencies. Previously unimagined applications, from electronic voting and digitally recorded property assets to regulation and trading, are now actively being developed and deployed faster than ever before. By building decentralized applications, Ethereum is making all of this possible. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum is a distributed, public blockchain network. The most important distinction to know is that Bitcoin and Ethereum differ substantially in purpose and capability. Bitcoin offers one particular application of blockchain technology, which is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that enables online Bitcoin payments. Ethereum focuses on running the programming and code of any decentralized application.